Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. ScooterATVSales.com bringing you a transparency video here on the Vitacci Spark 150. Now what we found from time to time, and this has actually been happening more frequently now, is that the wiring behind this panel here, the plugs have been loose. So what's important to do is when you find that your light here, when you turn on your ignition switch as shown here,
Bluetooth mode.
Oscillates, the lighting oscillates, it means it's loose. One of the connectors are loose back here. Now this particular model right now, we have issues on the cluster. As you can see, when you turn on the ignition here, switch,
Bluetooth mode.
what happens is if this was working as it should, this red needle here, the Speedo needle, that should wind up all the way to the 80 mark and then wind back down when you turn on the switch. Now as you see here, I'm turning that on and it barely moves. Now this is a magnetic style Speedo system. Now what you're going to have to do is, for this, we are warranting out the cluster itself through Vitacci and Apollo. Now for you guys that just have a connection issue, this front face panel will have to be removed. All right, this is the face panel right here, all hard plastic. And then once you remove this, it's going to expose the actual base housing from it. Now to do that, you're going to need a Phillips screwdriver. And you have this screw right here, as my finger's located. Then you'll have an underneath screw right here, this particular one. Then this one right here as well. And then you just repeat the other side as well. You have this screw right here, another one right over here, and then this particular one here. Now you have to be real gentle with this, removing it, because it is very fragile. All the little tabs that keep these insecure are very fragile. Now keep in mind, of course, you have to remove your side view mirrors. Those of you that purchase this online, you had to put your side view mirrors on, so just remove them if that's necessary. And then once you loosen all those screws and you remove the screws, this will allow you to remove the tabs. Now what I recommend doing is purchasing these panel bars. This allows you can see the tips of them, to get under and release these tabs, and you have to be very systematical with it all the way around. Now this area right here will all be removed. All the black area here, this here where my finger is on right now, so that will be removed. Now it'll expose the other housing. Then once you expose the housing, you will remove the tabs on that base housing, and then you will remove it sideways here. It will move towards my right, where you'll find this brake lock area right here on the left side of the scooter. So keep in mind, this is the way you're going to gain access to the plugs behind the cluster here. So our issue again is this needle here should be winding up to the 80 and coming back, and that's how they all should be when you turn on the switch. If it's not doing that, something's either unplugged or it's a defective cluster, you guys. So keep in mind, it has to be done very fragilely. You can pick these up here on Amazon, these little hard plastic bars. They're designed to remove panels such as this, so you don't damage any of the tabs or scratch anything. Keep in mind, this is the Spark 150, and these are the issues from time to time. So if you guys order this online and you're having an oscillating lighting situation here on the front, or just your needle's not working, you have to remove this area right here, exposing the plugs, and check the plugs, make sure that they're seated properly, and if they're not, then it's probably a defective cluster, and then you move on from there. So it's a step-by-step procedure, you guys. Hope you find this well. ScooterATVSales.com is the website. Find me on Instagram at ScooterATVSales. And if you guys need some universal Chinese parts, it's ScooterATVParts.com, and we'll see you guys soon. Take care.